Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's February 20th, 2023. We are in the Old Testament. We're reading from the book of Genesis. Excuse me. We're going to read chapter 46, verse 1 to chapter 47, verse 12 today. Okay, so Joseph has revealed himself to his brothers, a big happy family reunion, and now they want to bring the father, Jacob slash Israel, into Egypt to live because there's still 5 more years of famine coming. We say, well, wait a minute, if they go to Egypt, don't they realize they're going to be slaves and that's going to last for 400 years? Yes, but understand at this point, God needs them to be a protected people. But we see about 70 of them is what comes in. Now, before we started the Joseph story, we saw that the city-states and the nations around there were starting to get jealous and wanted to wipe them out. Well, I hear you say, couldn't God protect them? Yes, but he would have had to protect them like every minute of every day because there's only a handful of them. So we need to build them up so that they can compete. We need to build them up so that they can field an army just like everybody else. And they can kind of take care of some of their own problems themselves and not have to have God intervene every second of every day. So we see 70 people come in, and we'll see how many go out when we get to that part. But they come in, they're given a good land. Goshen's the name of the land, and it looks a lot like where they came from. It's great for their livestock. Joseph tells his relatives, hey, when you get there, tell Pharaoh that you're shepherds, which was true, but emphasize that you're shepherds because they don't like shepherds. They think shepherds are unclean. So they're going to give us our own land. It's going to be kind of off away from them. They're not going to worry about us too much. And we'll be free to live our own lives and develop ourselves and grow, which is what God needs them to do. That idea of using evil for good. So this is a good thing that they're going to be under Egypt. They're going to have protection. They're going to have food. They're going to have a land that they can start working and growing as a people. But eventually, pharaohs are going to come along that aren't quite as good as this pharaoh, and they're going to start thinking evil thoughts, and that's when we end up with the Exodus, which we're going to get to in maybe a few more days. So let's go ahead and read this section of Scripture, Genesis chapter 46, verse 1 to 47:12, and that's what we're looking for. God bringing them in and giving them a safe place that they can start to grow. And then once they're a nation, then we're going to move to the next phase. All right, so Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. Then God spoke to Israel in the visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here I am. So he said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not fear to go down to Egypt, for I will make of you a great nation there. I will go down with you to Egypt, and I will also surely bring you up again. And Joseph will put his hand on your eyes. Then Jacob arose from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried their father Jacob, their little ones, and their wives in the carts which Pharaoh had sent to carry them. So they took their livestock and their goods, which they had acquired in the land of Canaan, and went to Egypt. Jacob and all his descendants with him, his sons and his sons' sons, his daughters of his sons' daughters, and all his descendants he brought with him to Egypt. Now these were the names of the children of Israel, Jacob and his sons, who went to Egypt. Reuben was Jacob's firstborn. The sons of Reuben were Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Simeon were Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jashin, Zohar, and Shaul, the son of the Canaanite woman. The sons of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Judah were Er, Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. But Er and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hemuel. The sons of Issachar were Tola, Puvah, Job, and Shimron. The sons of Zebulun were Zered, Elon, and Jahleel. These were the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob in Paddan Aram, with his daughter Dinah. All the persons, his sons and his daughters, were 33. The sons of Gad were Ziphion, Hagel, Shuni, Esbon, Eri, Aruda, and Arele. The sons of Asher were Jimnah, Isua, Beriah, and Sarah, their sister. And the sons of Beriah were Heber and Malchiel. These were the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter, and these she bore to Jacob, 16 persons. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, were Joseph and Benjamin, and to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of Ona, bore to him. The sons of Benjamin were Bela, Bechar, Ashbel, Gera, Naaman, Ehi, Rosh, Mupium, Hupim, and Ard. These were the sons of Rachel who were born to Jacob, 14 persons in all. The son of Dan was Husham. The sons of Naphtali were Jazeel, Guni, Jezer, and Shalem. These were the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, and she bore these to Jacob, 7 persons in all. All the persons who went with Jacob to Egypt, who came from his body, besides Jacob's sons' wives, were 66 persons in all. And the sons of Joseph, who were born to him in Egypt, were 2 persons. All the persons of the house of Jacob who went to Egypt were 70. Then he sent Judah before him to Joseph to point out before him the way to Goshen, and they came to the land of Goshen. So Joseph made ready his chariot and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. And he presented himself to him and fell on his neck, and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said to Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen your face, because you are still alive. Then Joseph said to his brothers and to his father's household, I will go up and tell Pharaoh, and say to him, My brothers and those of my father's house who are in the land of Canaan have come to me. And the men are shepherds, for their occupation has been to feed livestock. And they have brought their flocks, their herds, and all that they have. So it shall be when Pharaoh calls you and says, What is your occupation? That you shall say, Your servant's occupation has been with livestock from our youth even till now, both we and also our fathers, that you may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians. Then Joseph went and told Pharaoh and said, My father and my brothers, their flocks and their herds and all they possess have come from the land of Canaan, and indeed they are in the land of Goshen. And he took 5 men from among his brothers and presented them to Pharaoh. Then Pharaoh said to his brothers, What is your occupation? And they said to Pharaoh, Your servants are shepherds, both we and also our fathers. And they said to Pharaoh, We have come to dwell in the land, because your servants have no pasture for their flocks, for the famine is severe in the land of Canaan. Now therefore, please let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen. Then Pharaoh spoke to Joseph, saying, Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is before you. Have your father and brothers dwell in the best of the land. Let them dwell in the land of Goshen, and if you know any competent men among them, then make them chief herdsmen over my livestock. Then Joseph brought in his father Jacob and set him before Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to Jacob, How old are you? Jacob said to Pharaoh, The days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life, and they have not attained to the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the days of their pilgrimage. So Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from before Pharaoh. And Joseph situated his father and his brothers and gave them possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramses as Pharaoh had commanded. Then Joseph provided his father, his brother, and all his father's household with bread according to the number in their families. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.